And we are live.
Yes, indeed.
Good morning, Crypto Warriors, and welcome back to Gem in the Crypto, episode 278. Today is Friday, October 26th, and I'm King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zay, and we're here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community Monday through Friday at 10-ish.
10-ish, live and direct.
Oh, yeah.
For the free crypto coin yesterday, who won?
Oh, yeah. So our winner from yesterday is Crypto Crackhead. Thank you for a very interesting name. Thank you for your comment in response to our question. And we'll be sending those free crypto coins to you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Crypto Crackhead.
All right. What was the question and answer?
I just had it here. It just went away.
Okay.
Can't remember for now, but yeah, definitely like the answer he gave. Yeah, we'll come back to it.
All right, top story of the day. That was a terrible intro, by the way, people. We know. This is why it's live. All right, we have fun with it. Mastercard patent claims cryptocurrency can benefit from fractional reserve banking.
Oh, yeah.
All righty then. U.S. multinational, I know, right? U.S. multinational financial services corporation Mastercard wants to apply principles of fractional reserve banking to cryptocurrency. A new patent application published Thursday, October 25th reveals. For those who don't know what fractional reserve banking is, something we talk about all the time here. Long story short is when the banks use your money that you haven't told them they could to invest and just spend it at will. And then they hope you won't come in and ask for all your money at once.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you do, that will constitute a bank run because they don't actually have all your money in the bank. But yeah, so they use your money to make more money on it, loan it out, all that good stuff. And they don't give you any of that money back. They keep it all to themselves. So they're saying, hey, let's do the same thing with the cryptocurrency industry. Let's fractional reserve this thing out and keep everybody's crypto and custodial purposes. And then when they call for it, when they want it, we actually don't have it because we're lending it.
Oh, yeah. And like we've always said, people who have these legacy companies, their companies are so large, it's actually good for the crypto space because in order for them to change, they have to rework their entire business model, which they're not going to do. So what they're going to do is essentially eat themselves, which we're seeing here. And by that, I mean they're going to try and implement the same policies except with crypto involved. And what's going to happen with that is you get stuff like a fractional reserve blockchain, which makes absolutely no sense. That is one of the dumbest statements I've ever heard in my life, a fractional reserve blockchain. Right. If you've ever read the white paper or heard any of our shows, we know that Bitcoin was built because of fractional reserve, because like we said, banks, they only have to show 10% of what they have in the bank. So if they have $3 million in the bank on the books, they have $30 million. If they have, so they're basically just living off the fact that you won't take out your crypto. Right. And in my opinion, MasterCard is only doing this. I mean, they're seeking a patent on this. I think they're doing this only because if there are institutions that take this approach, they'll be in place to get that business.
Right.
So in my opinion, they're only just doing what they know. And fractional reserve is our economy right now. It's basically
that isn't our entire. That's the world economy. But here's the crazy thing about fractional reserve banking. Like you said, they only need to keep 10%, on hand or whatever. When have you known anybody or anything on this planet that has never taken a loss? Right?
Yeah.
Has never lost. So you have a bank that's playing with 90% of the world's money, basically, and you're telling me they never lose? Well, they do. We saw them lose in 2008 for the financial crash. We always talk about. They lose big when they lose. So it's one of those things where that's the last thing we want coming to cryptocurrency, already in the volatile market, and then them saying, well, we're going to fractional reserve bank crypto. I don't want to risk you all losing a bunch of cryptocurrency. Yeah. Or really, when we say lose, they just keep it or spend it on, frivolous things. But it's crazy. But like you said, business move, we get it. If it ever does come, why not be the person there in place already? Yeah. But other than that, we don't see a need for this.
Oh, yeah. Not at all.
You have no power here.
Yeah, and especially after they said, initially cryptocurrencies are just for crime. I mean, come on,
right. These are the same people.
Don't forget.
These are the same people. Pull up the receipts. That's right.
Man, back then you didn't know me. Now it's hot. Y'all love me, man. What in the world?
I haven't heard that forever. GSH everything 27. What's going on? S1 Dubs. Good morning, or good afternoon, wherever you are located.
What's going on?
All right. So kind of piggybacking off that story, IBM study has came out. It says central banks favor digital currencies for interbank settlements.
Oh, really?
You don't say. You know what? Just to read through this, I'm sure many people saw this title and they already understand it. But, we're just talking about, with MasterCard and them trying to their fractional reserve banking, but now it looks like an IBM study has came through and it says central banks are actually trying to adopt blockchain technology, the same blockchain technology that they so ardently said was, useless, couldn't do nothing with it. But now they're saying, hey, not only blockchain technology, but also cryptocurrencies are good as long as we're using it among ourselves.
Yeah.
Again, it's kind of like an intranet.
Yeah.
It's their own thing. It's kind of like a lot of these tokens and coins that came out, everything that can be tokenized will be tokenized because blockchain technology and cryptocurrency does save money. When you're actually talking about transferring money, it saves money. Banks know this, which is why they don't want you to have it. But they're saying they're willing to use it to save themselves a lot of money, even though you won't see any of that money that they're saving themselves by basically trading your fiat currency using fractional reserve on a cryptocurrency ledger internally. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, and as far as the numbers go, 69% of these banks, according to the report, they admitted they have issues with the existing system. 38% actually stated that central banks were already researching a solution, while others weren't active. And in my opinion, all the CBDC talk in regards to crypto does is give validity to the fact that Bitcoin is better as a currency, because think about the process they have to go through to create a digital currency versus a crypto. If I wanted to create a cryptocurrency today, I could sit down, I could fork a coin and I could create it from scratch, or I could sit down for a month or two and actually build something that's viable. Now, the biggest thing with CBDCs is they have to get banks to approve it. They have to get regulators to approve it. They have to create it. They have to get the public's trust. They have to, you know how long it takes to create this digital currency? They even said it's a while out, like it's a few years out from now. So even if they are talking about it, it's going to take at least 2 or 3 years for it to come to a realization. And on top of that, by that time, in my opinion, Bitcoin will be so far gone, it'll just be another blip on the screen. Like, remember when we were talking about CBDCs? Remember when everybody was talking about all the craze with stable coins? Well, it'll just be another phase.
But I honestly think they're going to try to force feed this one. I think they're not going to let that natural process of implementing things happen. They're literally going to come in and one day be like, hey, none of that regular money works no more. You got to use CBDC or you out of here, all right? Got to go to these comments because you all have me rolling over here off of Bitcoin's A's quote. Of course, CryptoQ jumped in and said, who, Mike Jones, and chats are decentralized throughout the number 281-330-8004. We got to do it on beat. You got to do it on beat. Remember.
Oh, yeah. If you're too young to know Mike Jones, you need to get up on. That was a fun time.
That was a nice little wave right there.
That was a fun 2 years.
What's going on, though? CryptoQ, Allison Thompson, Phil Breed, Marcellus Love, chats are decentralized, CryptoKey. Good morning, good afternoon to everyone. Hello, hello.
Back when you can let your do-rag float.
Too funny. Back when the NBA didn't have a dress code, Allen Iverson took it over.
4X tall tees and jabos all day.
Man,
good times.
Good old bad days. All right, next up, Chinese arbitrator reaffirms that Bitcoin can be held privately transferred as property. What's going on with this story here in China?
Well, thanks again, China, for telling us what we already know. I mean, China, to me, it's comical to me how they basically tell you stuff that you already know or you can already do, but they say it from a power position. So they basically like, well, now it's real.
You're allowed to eat every day and drink water as well.
Exactly.
Okay,
thank you, China. And as many times as China, remember last year, people forget who are maybe newer or may have been in space, how many times China banned cryptocurrency? I don't know, 10, 15 times. But now they've started to come out, an arbitration body actually stated that Bitcoin is still legally protected as property. So those of you who have scares about China, them mining, them maybe shutting it down, there are businesses in China who accept Bitcoin right now. There's obviously there's retail people who have Bitcoin in a wallet somewhere, miners, of course. So they haven't shut it down. They just want to control the flow of money. So if you have it, you have to use their central bank, I guess, in order to deposit and do things. However, if you have it, it is your property. It's literally just software code, and it's regarded as your property. So good to see from China, come a long way from last year, September this time. I think that was the last ban that they have, and or that they had. And China, in my opinion, like we said, going forward, they'll be a big player in this. And on the world stage, hey, China versus the U.S., we talk about trade wars, we talk about how wealth is moving. China's not going to give up on Bitcoin, I can tell you that, because if you want to move away from a Federal Reserve System or from U.S. trade or whatnot, there's only one real way to do it right now, and that's with commodities and Bitcoin.
You gotta have something to have some crypto.
Yeah, you gotta have some sort of crypto. So I don't think they're leaving it at all, and I just think if there is, the worst that could happen is people in the crypto market in China could have it confiscated for what they deem illegal, but haven't seen that much lately, and I wouldn't be scared.
For real, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's crazy you just said something. You're talking about how a year ago, how many times China was. It's crazy it's been that long. But yeah, the year of 2017, late 2016, 2017, China was on the fritz. Like you said, every 3 or 4 weeks, we're banning it. We're unbanning it.
Yeah.
We're banning. I mean, if you're trading at that time and you learned their banning and unbanning schedule, it was an awesome time for pumping those people.
It was hilarious.
It was crazy. What's going on, Vivian? Samuels, good morning. You can get this shirt off our website, KRBEcrypto.com.
Oh, yeah.
On the shop tab. T-Cheek, what's going on? T-Cheek said, I'm a newbie, but I love your channel. Thanks for joining live. It's always more fun this way.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
All right. Next up, speaking of China, Andreas Antonopoulos, you know, the new Bitcoin. And Jesus, he should always been it, though. Mastering Bitcoin book has been mentioned on Chinese national television.
Oh, yeah.
People, there we go.
There we go. Told you have nothing to worry about.
I was going to say, we were just saying it. You know, literally in one stroke, they're trying to tell you what Bitcoin is. And then next, they're telling you, hey, Mastering Bitcoin is actually available. But it looks like to... CN Ledger, who follows Chinese cryptocurrency news, Andreas Antonopoulos' book Mastering Bitcoin was recently recommended on Chinese television as a way to get introduced to cryptocurrency and the blockchain. So that alone is huge. Yeah. However, there's a caveat. You can go ahead. What's the caveat?
It is China.
Yeah.
I'm laughing because it's always, you know, the Chinese, they'll put it out, you know, as something like, oh, yeah, it's promotion, but we're going to do it the Chinese way. They actually named the book Blockchain, The Path Toward Digitized Assets in the actual, in the actual show on TV. They didn't actually show Mastering Bitcoin.
Right,
so
they don't want to throw the word Bitcoin.
They don't want to put
They don't want
the
you
word
to start
Bitcoin
just buying Bitcoin.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I mean, it's crazy to me that they did this. You know, Andreas Antonopoulos called it a slightly sanitized title. In my opinion, it's still free promotion for him. I mean, I wouldn't care that much. However, it just
take that Patreon account off now, Andreas.
Yeah, right. Yeah, people donating $1 million now at this point. But yeah, at this point, it's funny what China does. You know, they're gonna shift it so that it's their conversation.
Right.
But people know what Bitcoin is, so it's good. Once they read it, they won't really have a choice but to know what Bitcoin is and how it works. Because as somebody who's read Mastering Bitcoin, probably the most insightful book ever written on Bitcoin. So definitely good to see there from Andreas Antonopoulos, my guy.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Andreas continues to be the man in demand when it comes to crypto, and he's well deserved too. So, and speaking of him, you can see this tweet here. He says hoping to visiting China next year. Of course, he meant visit. I just want to point that out though, because there's so many grammar Nazis out there, and I just want you all to sleep comfortably, knowing no one cares anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody cares.
I mean, everybody tries to do their best, but it's about the speed of information.
Yeah, as long as your code isn't misspelled, nobody cares.
Really, yeah, for real.
That's about it.
Delaware helps catch British hacker holding over $200,000 in Bitcoin. For those who don't know, Delaware is low key the business capital hub as far as licensing and agreements, contracts goes in the United States. I mean, literally, you got Google, Facebook, Democratic National Convention, the Clintons. Everyone has an account in Delaware. Trust me, go research this and look it up. It's one of those best kept secrets, but Delaware, everyone has an account there. So when it comes to catching people stealing, you know what? I would say they're pretty good. You know, they'll be the people to look at. But it looks like recent news shows Delaware playing an important role in the capture of British hacker Grant West. UK authorities caught West last year and recovered $700,000 worth of Bitcoin. What is going on with this story? What happened here?
Oh man, well, the good old hacker Grant West, he definitely is
That's
somebody.
A cool
who,
name. I like the Grant.
Yeah,
West.
it sounds like a Hollywood character.
Yeah, it sounds like a
Grant West. The hacker.
He's gonna be in the movie. You remember when Grant West heist the $700,000 heist?
I know, right? Swordfish 2.
Right.
But he hacked a bunch of websites like Sainsbury's, Uber, Ladbrokes, a few others. He got the information, personal information, and then used it via phishing emails to get people's information online, stole their private data, and honestly, he should be taken to jail because he used food as a way to trick people, which is that's terrible, man. How can you get somebody? Come on, man. He disguised emails like from the online food service Just Eats. Were one of his most notable phishing emails in order to get people's information, and he was able to accrue about $2 million worth of cryptocurrency with just this scam. So, he was given 10 years and 8 months for his criminal activities. which is a good time to think about it. In a decade, I'm sure he'll really be hurt. Really, honestly, if they just confiscate the Bitcoin from a lot of these cases, that'll be enough for them, because the price of Bitcoin in 10 years will be worse than jail in 10 years. I can tell you that right now. Just looking back and being like, I had that much and then this happened. So Grant West, he definitely had a good scheme going on, but tricking people with food, that's a no-no.
Yeah, you can't do that.
You can't trick people with food, man. Come on. It's
looks
nothing
like
sacred anymore.
He had a lot of money, too. Was it 200? Wait, did he have 217 million? They found an account with close to $217 million.
I think they put too many zeros.
Yeah, okay, that's what I was looking at.
217,000, I think.
Okay, so he had a lot of money, period. He had more. He had about $250,000 plus. Let's say that. Enough to get them boys on you. So,
oh, yeah.
No bueno. And stop doing crime stuff with crypto. People just hold it. You'll be fine. Look, that's why hold.
Yeah.
HODL, however you want to say it. Hold on.
Oh, man. Please don't say HODL.
I know, right? I was a huge fan.
Oh, and even worse, build. And people spell it with the D in front of the L. Oh, please. Funny. Let's get rid of that. Jesus Christ.
Chat's decentralized. We're still figuring out where we're going to be in Vegas. We'll be there by the 31st for sure that morning. But we may leave earlier, so we're trying to figure it out.
Yep.
And then we used to actually stream on Twitch, man. But you know what? We started this year on Twitch. Shout out to Alec G. He might be joining us in Vegas for Real CryptoCon as well.
Alec G.
He's one of our in-house technical advisors and everything. But he had it set up on Twitch this year. But since it's been a bear market, literally, we only had maybe 3 to 5 people join us on Twitch. As you said, they didn't have the chat feature at the time. So it was just one of those things that was causing this video to freeze up more. So it was just one of those things where, the technology hadn't caught up yet. So we have pushed it to the side for now. But you're saying they have they got the chat section there now. We might have to look back into it because we have everything set up. We just had to literally add the API key again.
Oh, yeah.
Ball and Chain was going on. Torrance J Playlist says Walmart has an account in Delaware as well. That's crazy.
Hey,
telling people, check it out. We about to get some accounts there.
Yeah, that's like the elephant in the room for most people who have LLC or have a company. Like, you don't have one in Delaware yet?
Right. It's like you're not official.
Yeah.
All right.
Actually, the U.S. is incorporated in Delaware.
I believe
the United States of America.
I want to know what's going on in the catacombs. What's going on in those vaults?
Yeah,
all the secrets.
We are business people.
Right.
Keep it turning.
All right. For the free CryptoCoin, what are we doing today?
Oh yeah. So for our free CryptoCoin next week, we may or may not have our videos depending on
our
that's
Vegas
right.
schedule. We'll be in Vegas next week, people.
Absolutely. So I wanted to ask the question now: who do you think we should interview at World CryptoCon, and also what should we do at World CryptoCon? Should we do a live telecast? Should we just do some videos we chop up later? Should we mess with some bankers that are out there? Who knows? Should we try to buy some things with crypto? Just let us know what you would like to see. We'll definitely try to provide that for you here at the Gentlemen of Crypto, and we'll send that free CryptoCoin if you put your public address.
Who in the space do you want to get a swirly?
Oh yeah. What's your number one question you want us to ask Benny?
Right, exactly. All right, as always, have a happy Friday. Thanks for watching. As Bitcoin's A said, World CryptoCon officially starts next week, Wednesday, people, October 31st, November 2nd. We still have those referral links. If you want to go ahead and get that tickets, $300 off. You can come see us in Vegas. A lot of YouTubers there, a lot of Twitter folks, and then, of course, mainstream speakers will be there. Should be a good time, and I believe that's it. It's going on CryptoCoin. CryptoQ said send coins, please. Which coins?
They were, I would say, they were sent yesterday, all the CryptoCoins. So
yeah, the CryptoCoin should have been sent yesterday. Let us know if you didn't get it.
Yeah.
Unknown said a real CryptoCon, you should pimp slap every banker you see. Listen, don't get us riled up, all right?
They get pimp slapped enough by this industry, trust me.
All right, other than that, people have a happy Friday. Again, we might not be streaming next week because Monday and Tuesday we might leave early to Vegas and then the prep going to it and everything. But if we do stream, make sure you have those notifications on so you can see it. If not, we might just chop up some videos. We'll get creative. As Bitcoin's A said, let us know in the comments section what you like to see.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Cheers.
Have a good Friday, people.